I think resilience is definitely something that is more on the things that we develop side. Like no one is born fully resilient. Like it's something that we see time and time again, where even children do have to kind of, while they're very resilient, and that's uniqueness, they have to learn how to be resilient about certain things. And one thing that I always repeat when it comes to the pandemic is one reason why a lot of people are a bit more vulnerable in the pandemic is because we haven't built a kind of resiliency towards a global pandemic, to the isolation that we've experienced. Like it needs some level of experience, it needs some level of us knowing how to respond to it. Like a good analogy here is like the vaccine, right? Like once you're vaccinated, your body learns how to recognize the virus so that it can be able to be more effective against it. The same thing goes with resilience. Once we're a bit more familiar, once we've adapted, like and healthily adapted, not just adapting a certain way because it's fight or flight or we need to. When we're able to healthily adapt to certain things, we're able to form strategies, we're able to form a kind of perspective or mindset that allows us to go beyond it.
I was just so mesmerized by AJ's points there, because I was just thinking about this particular word I've been talking about for the past while, which is resilience, because I'm seeing a lot of these traits, being resilient in not many people. But then when it comes to a point where they've been pushed to a corner, so to speak, when they lost a job, when there's nothing else left, they lost friends and all that due to the loss of jobs or loss of income, then these particular traits just surface. So I'm thinking that resilience is not only that they have been trained during their growing up years, but I also think that is something that is already inside them, but it's been all developed throughout their developmental years, and it just kind of really surface out whenever they're being faced with adversity.
Definitely agree with what AJ and Hanie has mentioned. So it can be innate, and it can also be because of your support system and the situation that you go through, like the vaccine theory. So I think the point where we want to move forward is how can we build our own resilience in the VUCA world that we live in, which is maybe if anyone could think of, instead of waiting for the pandemic to hit, why not we challenge ourselves every day and learn something new that we might not have discovered if not for the pandemic. And from there, you could actually realize that actually I have the strength to do certain things that I never thought I could do, or even you'll find new strengths that emerge from your challenging experience that you do for yourself. So maybe taking up something that you never thought you would take. So for me, I've never been a very sporty person, so taking up like rollerblading, as my brother has suggested, would be something that would be challenging for me. But I could see that I have the potential to do well in it, but I will never know until I try. So I think in moving forward from the pandemic, especially when next year everybody is coming back together again, I think the social ecology of our environment is definitely there for us. It's just what are we going to do for ourselves so that we can at the same time build our resilience, and when something big next were to happen, were to be something similar like the pandemic, we will have known our strengths and we will have known what our weapons and our shields are to defend us from whatever that is happening around the world.
As well as we're aware of our breath, let's expand it to be aware of the sensation of the body. We can feel our breath move in our body, or we can feel our sensations move towards our breath as it tries to be more aware of itself. We do this to gain a more spatial awareness, a sense of the body as a whole, a sense of the body as it is intertwined and connected to each other, including any of the tightness of sensations that you might be still holding on to or might not be able to let go at this moment. Following the breath as if your body is breathing, as if your whole body is breathing. Holding it in slightly slower, softer, making space for more awareness. And then when you're ready, feel free to open your eyes or feel free to go back to how you were.